Hey, David.
Hey, Mike. I remembered what my third question was. So, it had to do with the truck rental places that you said you're starting on your second one. I wonder if you would mind sharing the parameters of what you look for when looking for a viable location for that operation. And I'm assuming proximity to interstate freeways would be a big one, but could you
both of them are on a freeway. One of them's on I look for a major corridor of some kind. So, the first one is on a big corridor to Mexico where the maquiladoras are and everything's produced down there, made down there, and then they bring it up through that avenue. So, if you stand out in front of this property, you'll see, in 10 minutes, you'll see 100 semis drive by. So that's why that one was chosen. We saw that there and kind of knew it was, a lot of trucking stuff. There's even a semi-truck junkyard right behind us on 40 acres. So, it's a well-known trucking area. The other one we just bought is a quarter mile from a quarry. So, hundreds of semis a day drive by that one to get to the quarry. So it's pretty, the one that I'm going to have about 200 trucks in by the end of the year, that one, we haven't done any advertising. We put a sign, we have a giant sign that you can see from the freeway. It's a massive, massive sign, but it's about 6 foot long and 50 foot, or 6 foot tall, 50 foot long. It says semi-truck parking, and that's all we have on that property, and we get calls every single day for parking. So we just make sure it's on a big thoroughfare or corridor for trucks. That's the number one thing we do.
Got it. And what kind of acreage would you consider minimum to consider?
So depending on shape, I don't know that I would do another one that was 12 acres. That's pretty darn big, and out of that 12 acres, about 10 of it is parking. That's pretty big. You want to make sure you have very good turnaround space. You don't want to have it too narrow, too tight. But the rule of thumb is on average about 20 trucks per acre is about the rule of thumb.
And is there a minimum number of trucks for it to make sense?
That's up to you. I don't like doing things unless they're going to make big money, and big money to me is somewhere between 20 and 30,000 a month makes it worth having that location.
Yes.
But some people might say, I'd love to do it for an extra $2,000 a month. I'm a teacher and I just want one of these and I want to make an extra $2,000 a month. So for me, I like doing them on big scales. I'm capable of raising the money and doing it. For other people, it might be smaller scales. The most recent one we bought 5 acres, so we know we can get about $15,000 a month out of that 5 acres. It's worth it to us. The 5 acres is probably a little bit small. I wish it was bigger. I'm going to try to buy some neighbors' land, some land neighboring us. But I would make sure you try to get at least something, 4 or 5 acres, make it worthwhile.
And did you say that you were using 6 inches of asphalt?
No, it's not. It's asphalt, millings, and caliche. So any kind of road base that's normal for your area. These trucks run at about 80,000 pounds usually. So it's got to be pretty hefty. It's got to be, a lot of areas we have about 12. It can be up to 12 inches thick.
Wow. Yes. Is that the main expense in putting them in? Is your surface?
Yes. Yeah. Your surface is by far your largest expense.
Great. Well, thank you. That gives me something to go on here. Appreciate that.
No,
okay.
I love that new venture. It's been fantastic. I love it.
Well, thanks so much. I have more questions if I can track down a good space.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. I'll sign off again. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.